Finalist is Michiel Van Roey. I hope I said that right. Co-founder and general counsel of Profila from Switzerland. Are you ready, Michiel?
Yes. Hello, nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Michiel. I'm a technology and a privacy lawyer, and I'm the co-founder of the Swiss company Profila. So we started as a research-based organization in 2018 with the mission to fix the relationship between brands and their customers and to fix some privacy issues in the online AdTech industry with our solution called zero-knowledge advertising. Next slide, please. So online ads are increasingly personalized, so you think the model works. But there's a problem with the way the system is designed. It can only function by processing people's personal data on a large scale. And both data collection and data sharing techniques are often unethical or even borderline illegal, as they lack people's informed consent. So everybody has seen the regulators giving large fines to AdTech players in the industry for certain privacy abuses that related to this model. And so the social pressure is increasing for the industry to find an alternative that takes into account privacy. And so that's exactly what we're doing at Profila. We believe that privacy and personalization is possible in a digital world. Next slide, please. And so together with the University of Madrid and the Santander Big Data Institute under lead of Professor Ruben Cuevas Rumin, we're working on a privacy-preserving AdTech solution, which is called zero-knowledge advertising, which is a groundbreaking system design that could provide an alternative for the third-party cookie. So zero-knowledge advertising allows for personalized ads in an anonymous way without sharing or leaking any of the user's data with third parties. Brands still have the benefit of reaching their target and ideal customer, and people can be anonymous online and receive ads that are linked to their interests. Next slide, please. So we're not the first company to think about this. Brave has already attempted to implement zero-knowledge advertising in its Brave browser, but in what we call a passive and a closed way. So closed in that it only works in the Brave browser as a walled garden, and passive from a user point of view because ads are still delivered based on inference from your browsing history. And so we're taking this a step further by first developing technology that links our own platform and app with other browsers, and that even integrates our solution into other websites and into other apps via SDKs, so that the zero-knowledge ad can be delivered across the internet on multiple devices. Another key differentiator is that our solution is active. That means we really put the consumer at the forefront of the experience, only showing ads that are linked to your preferences and self-declared information. So we encourage you to read our research paper if you want to understand better the technical aspect of this system design, but what would be technology without a user experience that makes it usable and enjoyable. So in the next slide, we show the platform which we built today and which allows you to collect and ethically share your information with brands that you like or that you need in your life. And so the platform gives people superpowers and gives brands wisdom. It's a short version of our actual mission statement, which is giving people agency and choice over their digital lives and giving brands a better way to service their customers without surveillance. So the app lets you create the most accurate digital representation about yourself, zero-party data, which is under your full control. You can then learn about privacy, exercise your data subject rights as part of this control, and you can also choose which brands selectively get access to certain parts of your profile as data in exchange for value. Brands, on the other hand, can use the platform to get ethical and evergreen customer data and insights directly from the individual customer. And this then allows them to deliver a true personalized experience. A brand has the option to use our platform as a one-to-one and private communication channel, especially if a consumer asks for it, but it can also take this new data source and link it via API to their CRM and activation platforms and make it actionable as part of their marketing tech stack. As shown in the next slide, our go-to-market strategy is B2B2C. That means we're working with progressive brands who invite their existing customers to this new relationship and to this new experience where the individual itself is in control. And the setup of a campaign is pretty straightforward, and our land and expand strategy makes it a low barrier of entry. Even a multinational can test with 10 or 100 customers. So you invite your customers to this new experience where we think between 2 and 5% will accept in the first year. That customer then connects to your brand and receives from day one brand building content that you set up on day one. We then incentivize these customers to build out more their preferences and psychographics via gamified self-discovery quizzes about a variety of topics. And then using this new data source, you can actually send hyper-engaged and hyper-personalized content to the individual. And so that's where we think our dual network strategy comes in. If you as an individual really like this experience, you can connect to other brands. Next slide, please. So without going into the use case, this on the right shows that we're really going for premium advertising. It's not a endless scroll experience, but a piece of brand content must take the entire screen and allow for multiple forms of engagement. Next slide, please. So what is the cost for using Profila for brands? Our revenue model is based on brands paying for access to customer data and paying for advertising at industry CPM and CPC rates. So this is a model that the brands already know and that they're comfortable with. But in terms of ROI, brands will have a better use of their marketing dollar because an ad will only be a paid ad if a consumer asks for it. And in addition, there will always also be a better ad conversion because a consumer will get more personalized ads via the right channel and at the right time. Because brands are our customers and people are our partners, we actually split 50% of the revenue and pay that out to the individual customer, which also serves as an additional incentive for them to remain in the application and to keep their data evergreen and up to date. Next slide, please. So finally, we're looking for funding, research partners, and brand trials. So first, we're in a funding round for the moment, looking for 2.5 million, which will allow us to set up these larger brand trials and further build out our zero-knowledge advertising solution. Happy to work with any industry partners who are interested. And then we're having a lot of brand conversations now to set up trials, and we would welcome any introductions you'd be able to do. Next slide, please. So I welcome any questions you might have in relation to the presentation, and people who are interested to read our research paper or other relevant materials can find it via this QR code. Thank you.